All right. Check. Can you hear me out there? Check. All right. We are here. Episode 3. We have Pancho V special guest. What it do, Panch?
What's happening, fellas?
There you go. There he is. Got him. Yep.
Those of you that don't know or don't remember, Pancho V, CEO of Salty Water Records, member of the group Lifestyle, which brought you the hits Nasty Girl, One in a Million, $1 Million Star. Had a mega hit with Make It Hot featuring Powder.
Yeah.
If I Had It My Way, Throwed with Shock Stilly. They were featured on countless compilations. Huge compilation by the Name of Latin World series. Also featured on the Lone Star Rider series. So, Punch, let's kind of go through your history here. Salty Water Records was known for coming out of Galveston. Were you born in Galveston?
Yeah, B.O.I., born on the island. That's how the name came up, Salty Water.
Gotcha. How did you get into music?
I mean, so basically, I'm 45. I was born in 75. So just being a kid coming up and riding our bikes to the music stores, there was no internet. There's no other way to get music unless you went to the record stores, and they have a little small rap section, and it was East Coast, West Coast.
Right.
Of course, to Ghetto Boys started coming out, but you're still dealing with tapes and records before CDs.
Exactly.
Just keeping up with it. And I guess right when the Ghetto Boys came out, that was kind of the time when it was you started buying it. What is this shit? This is some goofy ass shit. Just wasn't making sense. We weren't really feeling that too hip hop is New York City.
Right.
And just with a light bulb, and I was like, you know what? If these motherfuckers do this, I know I can do it.
Exactly.
And then, of course, back then you had to have money though, because it was all outboard gear.
Yeah.
No computers.
Right.
No computers. Not even with the green screen going. You had to get ADATs.
Yeah.
You had to get, ADATs and these big old huge VCR tapes and shit, reel to reel. Right after reel to reel came the ADATs and shit.
Exactly.
And, each one of those machines, if you wanted 4 tracks, you stack them beats, them on top. You're looking at $2,500 a machine. That's 10 racks. If you just wanted 4 tracks,
Right.
Not counting the mixing board, not counting the subwoofers and the microphone and shit like that. So what 20, by then maybe I'm around 20 years old, it had 10, 20, 30 racks to put into music. Well, yeah. I did because I sold dope. So I had the cash.
Good.
So I started buying one little keyboard, trying it out, and that's how I got into production. Just figuring it out. And
okay.
And yeah. And so I kind of was always an IT guy because my mom did get me on the first computers, Commodore 64.
Oh, yeah.
Y'all remember the Commodores?
Oh, yeah.
And the floppy disk. So I was playing games on those.
Were you
so
really?
Booting them up and stuff like that. Yeah. So I was playing games on those. So I kind of had some type of background in that.
Okay.
In that field where I was able to put 2 and 2 together and figure out keyboards and.
I see.
Or just reading the instructions. I had the common sense to sit down and read the instructions and try it out. Do plug this in here, this in there, and was able to get a boom and a clap out of a keyboard. And before you know it, we're getting into rap. We're doing our own beats and everything.
Oh man, nice.
So that
same mentality got me into buying the Algear, which was when we first decided to rap. We got with these producers that were charging us $1,800 a track, $2,000 a track, because they seen I'm a dope boy, I got the money,
right?
So we're buying them, we're thinking it's normal, but then when it was time to put out some more music, it was like, fuck this, I can do it myself, right. And I went about the keyboards. Kind of just how I started getting to rap. That's kind of what I do in my business today, landscaping. I can hire people to do on my properties, but I'm like, fuck this, we can do it ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Got the trailers, got the equipment, got the blowers, got everything. And that's kind of how I approach stuff,
Right. Oh, man.
So that first album that you guys dropped, that Deep in the Game, how did that come about? Where did y'all record that?
Well, we had a guy in that's kind of the album where I got charged a lot of money on. Well, halfway through the album, and that's why half of it was produced by me.
Okay.
But we recorded a guy named Maestro's in Missouri City.
Oh yeah, I've been to his studio
Right,
way back. Yep, way back in the day. Yeah.
Way back in the day.
Yeah.
Maestro from Philly, and
Yep.
that's also Zero's hood is right across the street on South Pole. So one side is Zero's hood, one side is Missouri City. But everybody recorded there. Conde Cat,
Yep.
the Reckless Clan.
Yeah, Blank over there. Yeah, Point Blank.
Blank, KB. I mean, everybody. That's how I met Cat. That's how I was able to get some good relationship with those guys. You know, it was through Maestro. Yeah, Maestro for Philly was our first introduction to the big stuff.
Oh, okay.
And then towards the middle of the end, I started buying my own gear and doing my own production.
Oh, there you go.
So how did you guys hook up with Charles Chavez and Latium Records?
Okay, so that came after Deep in the Game. So then we finished Deep in the Game, and remember, no internet. So any type of knowledge of music business, it came from magazines and shit like that, you know, or
wherever
watching
you get
MTV
it.
Live.
Yeah, anywhere you can get it.
Yeah, so, wherever. So that's kind of like a leap of faith. I just took a leap of faith and invested all this money into these, you know, two kids and shit. And so basically I hit my head and learned some mistakes on that.
Right.
You know, I thought as soon as the album was done, I said I'm going to be a star. I just blow up.
There you go.
And the motherfucker just sat there in the box. I'm like, you know, I really thought once I finished my album, Mix and Master, I was going to blow up. And it was going to be all, see you later, guys, and I'm going to be a star.
Right.
But it's set in a box. So now I got to get it out the box and get it to a store. So, okay, so I got to get it to a store. Then that became a journey, you know, figuring all that out, you know, and then that's how I was able to finally get to Robert Gilliman.
Oh, okay.
And he believed in me, you know, he believed in me. So he put the first one, he was able to get it to the stores and one push instead of me having to drive to each store, convince the manager to buy 10 CDs or put it on consignment. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I have to do an end cap with my posters and stuff like that. But yeah, so then after Deep in the Game dropped, that was cool. So once Deep in the Game dropped, by then I got a building on 56 and S that I actually made a little room for me to stay in.
Oh, okay.
Built a studio out, and that's when Chalk was always around, but everybody Chalk, I had the building a while before Powder got there. But all my black partners in my neighborhood, they were there, like Jack the Ripper, Chris Love, Pop, Sniper Rich, B-Lock. They all started coming around, you know, and just started a melting pot at my studio. And I was trapping out of it, and I was also goddamn making music out of there. And that's where I created Nasty Girl, with a different beat, a slower beat. The kind of the one you hear out there. But Nasty Girl wasn't shit to us. So we're like, that's just a fucking filler.
Right.
We finished the Mob Style Figure album, and we all voted on like Bounce On It was gonna make it, or another one was gonna make it. No way, Nasty Girl was gonna be able to do anything.
Right.
It was just a quick song, you know, no big deal. And there was a black girl sung on it, right, from my neighborhood, from the 19th Street.
Oh, okay.
And so she sung on it, you know, and boom. So then we dropped the album. We haven't dropped it yet. We meet up with Charles, and I guess he was looking for some artists. He was building a record label, and then we had a meeting with him. So we worked out a deal, but it was a label deal.
Oh, okay.
Latium/Salty Water Records. If you look on the back of the original Laddie album, which I have about 1,000 of them, because he bought those blue plastic ones that had the sticker on them.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It was a badass. It was like Charles, one of the first ones to get that CD. It wasn't a clear CD cover.
Yeah.
It was a teal blue. You can't look through it, but it's just a sticker. They look badass.
Oh man.
They're actually going on eBay, Amazon right now for like $130 each.
Wow. That's crazy.
Yeah. We'll talk after the show, man. I'll cut y'all a bill on some of them.
There you go.
The Mob Style,
anyway,
the Mob Style Figures album is really, I think, what hit for you guys. Because I mean, wasn't it like 30,000 units sold in like the first month or two?
Yes, 30,000 sold,
Wow.
and then we did like 270,000 sound scan.
Yeah.
On that album. But yeah, so that was the one. But Charles when we did the deal, he heard our records, and I remember sitting in his Toyota. He goes, "That's the record right there," and it was dun dun dun. I was like, "That's the record." He goes, "Yeah, I don't know about that."
I don't know about that.
He said, "No, that's the record." He got it. So he took my chords and keys, and we got with a producer, Ace, out of San Antonio.
Oh, okay.
And Charles came from that sub bass, booty bouncing, pet bull type of club records. He was known for remixes, right?
Mm.
And he put that booty 808 in there, and took my dun 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 dun. But he took that first key. Instead of going dun, he went dun 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 dun.
Oh,
then the next key dun 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 dun. And he would add like 6 keys to each chord that I had, and that motherfucker sounded amazing.
Wow.
And fucking, of course, the hard 808s, long club ones. And I was like, yeah, that was a remix.
Wow.
Just a friend of me, Nasty Girl. We didn't know what to call it. I said, no, keep it the same. Just a friend of me.
Yeah.
I should have named it Nasty Girl, but Just a Friend of Me is actually the name of the record. If you look it up, I mean, technically it's Just a Friend of Me remix, and then he put it on there. He knew what he was doing. He knew he had all the DJs. He shout out to the DJs, radio stations. He'd have lunches with them, and I'm watching him, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
And I'm as a CEO myself. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And if you notice the album cover, I'm wearing a Salty Water shirt. The other person's not. Because the other person wasn't. That's my business. The other person wasn't. They didn't give a fuck about the business. I knew if I just got him the check, the other person, I got him the bag paid, he'd be happy. But if you notice on every cover, I'm constantly marketing my record label, my business. I'm constantly Salty Water.
Okay.
And that was the agreement. So we started blowing up, and Charles started getting a little sour over that. He was like, "Man, say Latin sometimes, say that." And I looked at him like, "Nigga, like that's your company, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
This is my company. I ain't getting no extra off no label deal. I'm gonna market my shit, you know what I'm saying?"
Yeah.
And he got a little sour over that, but yeah, that's how it started.
Wow.
Lifestyle Figures was the one.
When did you notice the change that all of a sudden you guys were hitting and you guys really had a fan base? What was that first time that you noticed that change?
Well, I'm gonna tell you when I noticed the change. So remember, all deep in the game, I'm going to stores. I'm riding over here, convincing people, bending and twisting the arm. Well, after radio play, and it hit the radio station, there is no more twisting. Now they're calling looking for me. Now they're calling, can you do this? Can you do that? So when I walk into a store, yeah, man, do whatever you want. Give us 50 pieces. Give me, and I was able to off that wave promote my artist, legacy, and I was coming out with solo albums and started doing the album covers with Pen and Pixel. Off that wave, I knew I had to catch that wave. You know what I'm saying? I knew it wasn't gonna last forever. Especially I could tell the way me and Charles were getting kind of funky, and so radio was the key. Once the song was on the radio, everything fell in place. Everybody treated you different. Money started coming, of course. Now I'm not like, can we open up for so and so? Now we're getting paid gigs.
Oh, okay.
But it was all after radio play. Once the song was on the radio, they treated you like they're like you're a fucking god or something.
Now, did you guys finish the deal with Charles? Was it a 2-album deal you guys had, or did it leave? Did y'all break the contract or what?
No, we fully committed. It was a 2-album deal.
Oh, okay.
And it was a 2-album deal. And so our next one with him was Street Supply.
Yeah.
And Street Supply, I'm wearing a Salty Water shirt. Other person's not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you put it all together, like Pancho was really on business. Yeah, it was. Street Supply was our best album ever. It was, to me, 10 times better than My Style.
Wow.
But Charles, he fucked me over because he didn't push it. He knew that was the end. He knew that I was in it. Like I told him, I'm gonna do 2 albums and that's it, bro. But I was just too honest with him. I should have just played the lame role a little bit, and I could have got a lot further, But I was just real with him,
Exactly.
Because I'm a boss, you're a boss, I appreciate what you did for me, But if we ain't talking nothing better, nothing, why would I sign another deal with you,
Right.
And so 2-album deal, Street Supply, he put it out, but he didn't push it. He didn't do a fucking thing. He didn't send it to the DJs, the radio station.
Wow.
Yeah, musically, when I heard Street Supply,
like a nationwide type of album.
Dang.
Yeah, musically, when I heard the Street Supply album, that's what I thought. I thought that was y'all's apex. Like that was the best stuff.
Yes,
Production, writing,
yes,
everything.
yes,
All together.
Wow.
yes. We sat down and made like a national album that the West Coast could feel, East Coast.
Right.
We felt our next step up was we were going to start hitting states, and so we put that type of record album out.
I see.
Like we put our best into that album,
Right.
And to have him not push it was like, fuck. Like he showed me like, all right, motherfucker, on the streets, you don't want to do another deal with me. Check this out.
Right.
And I was like, wow, yeah, he fucked me over. Like it did hurt us without his help, and then that was me being big headed, thinking I could do everything on my own. Back to, like I said, fuck landscaping. Let me figure it out. I'm gonna do it myself. Fuck producers.
Yeah.
But it's called micromanaging in business. I was wearing too many hats. Like I needed to Charles Chavez, to work national and stuff like that.
Yeah. And
that was my mistake, just thinking that I could do what he can do. When I can't suck enough dicks and taking enough people out. That's all he does is just combs people's egos and has these meetings. That's why he's so fat. You know what I'm saying? But that shit counts. In the music industry, you gotta stroke their egos. You gotta take them out to eat. You gotta take them to this whole. I've been with program directors, bro. We take them to the Asian shops, to get sucked and fucked. You know what I'm saying? And I've done all that shit with program directors, and that's just the name of the game. And I just wasn't feeling it back then.
I get you.
It was like, nah, I ain't doing this shit. I mean, I ain't sucking nobody up. I'm not kissing nobody's ass.
Exactly.
But so I guess I held myself back too as well in that type of mentality.
So when y'all did that first Latin Legacy album, you guys had that monster hit that was hitting on the radio as well, that Make It Hot with Powder. And that kind of fueled, okay, when's the Powder album coming out? Well, why didn't the Salty Water ever get to produce and release that Powder album?
The Powder album never came out because I just have to blame it on it's probably a mixture of Powder, me, and Los. South Park Mexican, probably a mixture of us three and our egos and bad choices and planning,
I see.
But basically, me and her had some personal history together, and we fell out. And she was gonna show me, and so she went to La Carlos, and with tears, and was like, "I need help," and and so we put a dream in her head, started bringing her to the studio and cashing checks, and I was like, Los, what are you doing? I'm not doing nothing. I said, bro, I'm getting the word that you got Powder over there and recording her, doing this and that, and we're going through contractors. You want to buy her out of contract? Give me $20,000, you can have her. And that was cheap, just give me $20,000 when I invest a little time and you can have her. And he's like, no, he just denied it, and he would never cut the check. And so, they got a little more serious after that, but it was just a lot of egos involved, feelings involved, and that's probably why it never came out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's probably the reason why it never came out. But there was a lot behind that, like I told you, I told you earlier, when I recorded the record, it's actually a black girl from my neighborhood that sings the hook on Nasty Girl, not Powder.
Right.
And I never said it was her. I just put it on the video.
Yeah.
If you look at the credits, it's not her on there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So I never deceived anybody and said Powder sung this hook. But Powder can sing though. She has a great voice, but it's just not her voice on Nasty Girl.
I see.
You know what I mean? I bet Powder. She was stripping at a strip club in Houston at the Ritz. I was in the back seat of my car. We're headed to Galveston, and one of the strippers in the front was like, "Oh yeah, Powder." Oh no, I gave her the name. Powder. Angie could sing and rap. She could sing.
Oh, okay.
And so we drove straight to the studio, and I had her sing some stuff, and it was just joking and laughing. But then I got that vision. I was like, this would be good. I could do something. I could write for her, and cause she don't know about music, and so that's what I did. I just put the machine behind her.
Oh, okay.
And it worked. But I never lied to people and said that she sung that record.
Yeah.
So.
How did you guys find Lil Hottie after that, when you guys basically replaced her? How'd that come about?
Lil Hottie, she was stripping at a strip club in Houston at the Ritz. I was in the back seat of my car. We're headed to Galveston, and one of the strippers in the front was like, "Oh yeah, Powder." Oh no, I gave her the name. It was Angie could sing and rap. She could sing. And so we drove straight to the studio, and I had her sing some stuff, and it was just joking and laughing. But then I got that vision. I was like, this would be good. I could do something. I could write for her, and cause she don't know about music, and Lil Hottie from the strip club again. I grabbed another. I just wanted to show everybody I could do it over.
Yeah.
Grabbed another Latino strip from the strip club, brought to the studio, wrote these words, get in the booth to sing them, say them, rap them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, do it like this. Duh, 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 duh. And that was it. I just wanted to show people that fast I could do it again. I can create a powder out of anybody.
Gotcha.
And that was us taking shots, you know, but at the same time, this young girl, Hottie, if I said I'm going to give you something, I said I'm going to do something. I said I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. I know I was committed to her and her family that she probably went back home and said, Mom, Dad, look, I got a record deal.
Right.
This could be my chance. So even though I was still taking shots on my personal shit, if one of my artists and I told him I'm going to do something, I always did it, you know.
Right.
South Park promoted Rashid's album and Grimm's album and this person's album, Lil G's album, and he never put nobody out. He never did. You know, remember, think about it when he was out. Yeah, it's coming, but it never came. And he got a $10 million deal. Me, I'm using my dope money and I'm putting these motherfuckers out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm putting them out. You know, Latin Legacy's coming out. You know what I'm saying? So I put my money where my mouth is. If I committed to my artist, say I'm going to do something, I'm going to do my best to make sure it happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, because you guys released the Worldwide Riders, Shock Stilly. You did 2 Latin Legacy albums. And then
so Lifestyle was another group.
Yeah.
But Shock came out. You know what I'm saying? And others, all my black artists came out.
Right.
And my other artists were coming too. Powder was coming, and guess what? If we didn't personally have our personal mishaps, they all would have came too. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Everybody would have got a chance, you know, to put their best foot forward.
Right.
How'd you guys link up with like Happy P on the Lone Star Rider stuff? Because I still think your guys' songs, the Take It Off was probably the hottest song on that Lone Star Riders album.
It was. And was it pushed the most?
Probably in the clubs. I mean,
in the club.
You walked into any kind of dance club, strip club, Take It Off was playing.
But what song that Dope House pushed the most on that album? It wasn't Take It Off.
Right.
Oh, I think was it the one with the drunk man talking on there?
Yeah.
Was that the album? Yeah.
So the moral of the story is Carlos was a jealous little fucker. You know, we had the hottest record on there. The DJs were pushing it. You're supposed to go along with the clubs, take on naturally to make some money. Right? So, I mean, I got stories where we're on tour with them. And Lifestyle was right before South Park, and guess what? We had them motherfuckers from the back to the front jumping in hands. They knew all our words, and we come outside of the stage, you know, and the small part of the crowd would come with us, you know, to get autographs, and he didn't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? He was jealous, but very talented. You know, I learned a lot from him.
Right. Great
artist. He's a beast. Like he's a machine on itself, but so I ain't taking that from him as an artist, but yeah, I mean, jealousy happens, you know?
Oh yeah.
But it happens, you know, but yeah, we put a hot commercial. That was the thing, like anything not happy has a gift of its own, you know, from God.
Oh yeah.
With music and that, but putting us together, what did we put together? Make it hot.
Yeah.
Take it off. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm the writer. I'm the one that wrote the verses on Make It Hot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We all kind of helped with Powder's verse on Take It Off. But like putting us together, I was always able to add that commercial element, a record you can hear and be like, man, this can go, like on the radio, this can go, you know what I'm saying? Like nationwide.
Exactly.
I was always that key to put in, or that piece of the recipe to put in to make a record really have the capability to go far. But it goes back to a CEO, you know, Los kind of made a stop to it. Goes back to Charles Chavez, a Streets player, kind of made a stop to it.
Yeah.
And when I see shit like that going on, like when I came home and the first 4 years, I've been home going on 11 years. So the first 4 years I did music again. When I start seeing that shit going on in the background, I don't even want to fuck with it no more. It's like, fuck music. Like I'm gonna do something else. That's why I got into real estate. You know what I'm saying? It just takes the fight out of you, man. You know what I mean? I could.
Gotcha.
See, like, well, aren't you a quitter then? Why don't you keep doing music when you got home? And like, I could have kept fighting, but as I'm fighting, more years are going by. Exactly. Now I'm 38. Now I'm 42. Now I'm 45. I'm not going to be an old man wrestling with the forces behind the scenes
Right.
that are jealous of me and don't want us to blow up and this and that. Y'all can have that shit, man.
Exactly.
I'm not quitting. It's just I'm choosing my battles. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting older. I got kids. I got grandkids now, so I got to make some moves where I can get some big checks and not have to worry about people fucking hating on me and trying to stop our music. You know?
Definitely, man.
What do you think about the state of music now, where it's pretty much volume?
Yeah.
Because everyone has access to music so much with their phones, computers, and now it's about volume. It's almost like every month you need a new video out. Every month you need a new single out.
Yeah.
How do you think that's gonna go in the long run? Is that a lasting formula for music, or do you think the music used to always, kind of go in kind of its own 360 revolution type thing, right? Everything always came back around. Do you think at all
used to do that? Yeah.
Do you think at all it's going to come back to people doing concept type albums or spending a year working on an album? Do you think that's ever going to happen again, or is it straight volume?
I don't think it's going to ever happen again. If you look at somebody like Russ, he didn't have the stress of volume until he first released his music.
Yeah.
That's a good thing about a new artist. He can work his craft for a year. His first album, he can work it for a year.
Mm-hmm.
But now if you look at Russ, he is kind of volume. Maybe one single every 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
He's just doing singles, whatever he does. He'll produce it in front of you. He'll record it in front of you. What do y'all think about this? And y'all like it? He'll put it out, put a video, and he's totally independent, millionaire, very successful. And I believe his first stuff wasn't about volume.
Yeah.
But now he has to keep up. He has to kind of give out volume to keep their interest, because it's an internet age, and if you don't keep their interest,
it's a lot of competition.
I think, because there's new Russes popping up. There's new Panchos. There's new South Park. So if you take the too long of a break, you're done.
I see.
You're done. They went somewhere else, and they might be like, "No, I love you, Russ forever," but that's not true. There's a new one popping up. So
exactly.
Volume is gonna stay. Volume will stay. But taking the time to pour out, I think that is still a concept. You just have to involve your fans with your day-to-day process of taking your time.
I see.
This is what I'm doing today, and you have to be like one-on-one with all your fans. That's where the FaceTime is coming out now. They're staying one-on-one with them. But now the 10-year, how it always repeats. I believe the production, I think we're going to come back to more samples again.
Yeah.
Stuff we used to do in the 90s of the Texas type of music, beats. I think that, because the production is going to start to come. You can't stop that coming back around, always repeating. But I like the young kids, what they're putting out. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love all the music. I love it all. I move to it. I work out, whatever, do my grass. Work to it. I like it all. So the talent's still there. The music is still awesome. You know what I mean? Even if they're only making sounds and stuff, or moment, it's still badass. They're still dope.
Yeah.
But the production will come back around, but not volume. As the artist, you got to put it out. You got to keep the interest.
Exactly.
You got to spit a lot of content out. You have to.
Gotcha. So let's get into what Pancho's doing now. You brought up the real estate stuff. How did that come about? Where did the mind of real estate come?
Oh, so I got real estate books right here in my house. Where my they call them your SPIN number or your prison number, and it's written in marker on the side of my books. So I've been studying real estate since I was locked up.
Oh, okay.
I got locked up in 2001, came home in 2011. So around my 5th year in, halfway in, I started getting books in, studying the stock market, studying real estate.
I see.
And just started preparing myself with a plan to come home to hit the ground running.
There you go.
So I really started. So the market crash happened in 2007. So I was getting books before the market crash, after the market crash. And then also, too, I'm locked up people with Enron, all these white-collar crimes. And they have businesses, and they started teaching stuff, prison classes, and I would go to those and bounce concepts off these guys and, stuff like that. And then so when I came home, the basic plan was was get into music for a couple of years, build up some cash flow, then get into real estate for some years, build up some more cash flow, build up my portfolio, and then get into the stock market. And that's kind of was the basic concept. And so now I'm on my 10th year home, and now I'm 5 years into real estate. And that's just going on. You know, I got rentals, my portfolio. I got about 6 holding house that I'm holding for rentals. I'm constantly flipping houses.
Right.
I buy them distressed, low, at a good price point. Let's say 30,000, 40,000. Put about 40 into them. Now I'm in about 80.
Yeah.
And I'll list them with a realtor, full retail for a family that wants to live in there for 30 years and raise their family. I'll list it for 175, 165, and I'm all in at 80 or 100. So make about 40 to 60 on each flip. You know, I've already done a 9-unit commercial building. So my next step is new construction. I want to start from the ground up.
I see.
Because I do a rehab, I'm 4 steps from the very beginning.
Yeah.
I'm down. I break the house down to the sticks. So all I got to do is foundation, groundwork. You know. So my next step is new build, do a couple of those, and then after that, land development, do small subdivisions. And once I hit that point, it's over with. You know, it's a wrap.
There you go. I like that.
Gotcha. Hey, if you could sit down and talk to a lot of the youngsters that are in the game now, we get a few here in the studio every now and then. You know, give them one piece of advice out of everything that you've learned. What's the one thing that you could tell them what to do or what not to do in the music business?
I guess the first thing we'd do is, if you're going to carry a gun, get you a license, right?
Yep.
Get a license. Now, if you were 15, I ran away at 15, started selling crack, jumping out of cars, spitting rocks out my mouth, and I got early convictions. So if you lost your gun rights, don't post guns, don't post dope and all this and that, because you're going to end up in prison. And in prison, you're worth 0. Out here, you have value, and there, you're just another number, like everybody else.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, in other words, separate entertainment from real life shit.
Yep.
If you're gonna entertain, use prop guns and let people notify them this is prop, this is acting, whatever.
Yeah.
Because don't think 50 Cent went in court. He went in there and said, "Hey, man, that's not real money. That's all fake." Don't think other artists haven't done that too as well.
Exactly.
But when the shit hits the fan and you're in front of that judge, you're gonna be saying that those are fake guns and all that. Just do it. Play the cards right ahead of time. Stay out of jail. My number one advice.
There you go.
Gotcha.
Number two, I would say learn the business.
Yeah.
Learn the business and study. Before you sign anything and just really come up with a plan. If you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. The plan might change, but just come up with some type of plan. Okay, I'm going to do this independently. I'm going to load these videos up. I'm going to try to get a local following. Then I'm going to do this. Then I'm going to do this.
Right.
Come up with some type of plan. Understand what you're getting involved in. Yeah. If I wanted to buy a Kentucky Fried Chicken food chain, I'm going to go work for 3 to 4 months for KFC. As a fryer, I don't even have to be a manager. I'm a fryer, steam floor. I'm going to learn KFC in and out for 3 or 4 months. Even whatever, and then I'm gonna go buy one once I know this is what I want and I know how to work this business. If I want to be a welder, or if I want to own a machine shop and pipe and sell materials, I'm gonna go work for a machine shop for a couple of months and really understand the business. So
there you go.
Understand what you're getting involved in is my second tip.
There you go.
My third tip is, if and when you start to get a buzz and make money, I understand you got to get the gold, the diamonds. Go ahead and get it, because that's part of the image. It's perception. It's all perception, though.
Mm-hmm.
You want to invest in gold more than diamonds, because that gold has a resale value. Because there's going to come a time you're not going to be hot no more. You need to be taking care of your credit, and putting money, and you need to be investing your money. If you're going to do it in gold, that's fine. But after that, you keep making money, keep making show money. Start getting into real estate. Start buying land. Start buying houses. You know what I'm saying? And do something with your money. Don't just fuck it off.
There you go. That's the truth.
Gotcha.
If I give you the 4th step, I'm going to have to charge y'all $10,000 to train y'all.
There you go. I like
that. There's 3 steps. If you do the 3 steps, you're going to be a very successful young man out here. You're going to make something for your family.
I like that.
There you go. That's we'll have a link where you can pay Pancho for that fourth step on the podcast coming soon.
Yeah, Pancho, I want to get to the fourth step. All right, put that $10,000 in my hand.
There you go.
That's what I get for training, for real. I got I got checks. Like I show you, people pay me $10,000 just to train them.
There you go.
All
yeah,
right.
I got artists right now, which I will not mention the name.
Right.
They're up. They're a little younger, but they're up in my age. They're doing all right on the road. They're selling product. They're getting features. You know, they're making some money, right?
Okay.
But not a lot, but they're doing okay.
Yeah.
And I got a call from them, you know, the other day, like, Ponch, man, like, what's going on with the real estate construction? Like, I want to get on. Like, I don't have no skills though.
Yeah.
But I'll take classes. I want to get on. Can I? But I don't want people to know though. I don't want to put it out there, you know,
Exactly.
with my fans and stuff. But like, I got to do something, Ponch. Like, I had a kid, like. You know, I'm like, I got you. Like, I understand. I've been there before. But I had that vision, you know, 6 or 7 years ago. I'm like, I got to do something else. Like, I got kids. So there's other artists. Like, I've had artists. I got another artist, very popular artist, who's probably he's younger and doing well than the last one that called me. I had an office in Webster on National Road 1. He came and sat right there and was like, he wanted to get into wholesaling and investing, you know.
Oh, okay.
And and back then I said $2,500, you know, but artists are coming to me like, you know, and they want to change, you know, because they're starting to figure out like, like this is not going to last forever. You know, I need to make some other moves, you know what I'm saying? And that's real life shit. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? It's not like shameful to move on or something like that. And you know, I still have artists fans. They inbox me, when are you going to do another record? I'm saying I get them all every week. And I guess the mistake I made, I still should have been doing one single every couple months. Just something to give them.
Yeah, something.
You know, because I still get my checks every month, you know, and once I get a new fan, they'll buy all my catalog.
Exactly.
You know, it helps. It's just another stream of income. And multiple streams of income, that's how you become a millionaire. You have to have multiple streams of income. You know, and we can go on and on, bro. It's just a lot of shit out here. A lot of shit.
Exactly.
I got it, man. Well, Pancho, we appreciate you coming on the
sir,
SLM Podcast, episode 3 here. We definitely will bring you back sometime in the future. We can discuss more music business, real estate business, straight business, because I talk a lot on the business side as well. I did a piece where I was talking about publishing catalogs and how artists are selling their publishing catalogs and why they're doing that.
Oh, good.
So, you know, we definitely can talk about some stuff in the future, but
there you go.
Appreciate you coming on, man.
Always.
It was, you know, you guys were always one of our favorites. We were on the road with y'all, opening for y'all for years. I still remember the first show we ever did with y'all. I was telling Shock the other night. It was George R. Brown. We had like 30,000 people there. We opened for you guys, Dope House, and everybody. So always loved doing shows with you guys. You guys were always cool with us, straight up with us. We can't say that for everybody. You know how the business was. Some people were cool with you up front, and as soon as you turned around, it was just trash talk. But you guys were always straight up with us, always cool with us. So, you know, we kept it real with y'all. So appreciate you, man.
Yes,
appreciate you coming on, and we'll definitely bring you back once again.
Always.
Okay, good. I got a challenge for all the listeners
There you go.
for the radio show. So, my question to everybody in Dallas area, whoever was listening, who was the first Latino that you knew that had diamonds in their mouth? If it was your tío, if it was your uncle, I got evidence. 1997 was me.
Right.
Before Paul Wall,
There you go.
before any Mexican, I was the first one to put diamonds in my mouth. So if y'all have any kind of proof or any kind of pictures and stuff of somebody that my
Send
uncle
us
had
the
it
pics.
back in
Send us the
96,
pics.
95, go on, send us the pics. The culture vultures, I'm telling you, they watch us a lot. We set a big standard, not just with commercial hits. I'm showing up to car shows. My Lexus on the grass, popping the trunk, and I'm wearing Versace, I'm wearing Gucci, and I got diamonds in my mouth. Before anybody did it.
Nice. There
Before
you
anybody
go.
did it. And they culture vulture, but they don't give us no credit for it.
Exactly.
You see what I'm saying? They don't give us no credit for it, but it was we were a transcendent moment. You know what I'm saying? Definitely were. But I appreciate y'all guys, man. Whenever y'all want to talk business, just hit me up, man. I'll always be happy to come back on the show.
There you go.
All right,
Thank you,
man.
sir.
Appreciate
yes,
it.
sir. Always.
And that's going to be a wrap. Don Tino signing out.
Johnny V.
SLM Podcast, Episode 3. We'll see y'all again in a couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.